Hi there, and welcome to a tutorial on how to use the online resources that you get when you sign up for classes with IBTC. This is what the opening page will look like. It says welcome and your name, and this is your dashboard, which has the big picture view of your studies. All the subjects that you're registered for will be listed here under My Learning on the right, and it will show the progress that you've made on each subject so far. On the left is your timeline that shows if you have any activities or assignments coming up. And down here is the news and information section where any announcements or updates that you need to be aware of will appear. On the grey bar on the left, there are 4 key distinctions: home, which is where we are now, my learning, my applications, and help and support. Where are we going now is to the My Learning tab, and this is where it will show all your current courses and learning resources. Here you will most likely only see 1 or 2 tabs, but because I have got access to all the CMA subjects, it's got many tiles for me here. So what I'm going to show you today is the management level case study course. So let's take a dive in and see what it looks like. At the top, you'll see your subject name, and again, the progress bar showing how much you've achieved and how much you've got through on this course so far. Your progress bar moves as you tick off each section that you've completed. Then you get a Getting Started section, and this is really where you have key information on the case study exam, on how the course works, on how the hub works, as well as on how to book your exam. Then you get steps 1 to steps 5, which are the key steps on this platform, and this contains all your learning. At the bottom, you will see here when your course expires. So in Getting Started, we see some videos on what you can expect, as well as information about downloading the BPP mobile app. With the app on your smartphone, you can actually download the lectures and watch them offline. Going back to your dashboard, let's start with step 1. So here you'll find your assessment that you need to do for step 1, and you'll see your pass mark once you've submitted it and it's been marked. Under your step 1 assessment, you'll see here you have an introduction, task practice, transition arrangements, and exemptions. The introduction is a short brief about what the case study exam will be about, how to use the core activities, and the whole workbook. We've also supplied the workbook to you in hard copy format so that you can study from a real book. Then we get into the practice tasks. And here there'll be an abridged pre-scene analysis and a short video on introducing the abridged pre-scene. Let's have a quick squiz.
So to tackle the practice tasks in this workbook, we need to know who we work for. So here on screen now we have an abridged analysis of CMA's sample pre-scene. We're going to go through this. It's a condensed version of what CMA has issued to go with their sample case study assessments. As we go through it, we'll pull out some key points together, but remember, go back through it yourself and read it in full on your own, and that will help you when you come to undertake the practice tasks.
Okay, then you get your sample assessment, which we'll go on to a little bit later. Below this, you see your transition arrangements. So for those of you who maybe did one of your pillar subjects on the 2015 syllabus, you then would have missed out on key content that's now in the new 2019 syllabus. And you can access that content here to make sure that you've covered all the gaps in terms of your content knowledge. So you can have a look here, the additional learning listed by chapter. So all the information you need to be aware of before attempting your case study exam. In the exemption section, here you'll find the course material and all the video lectures for the content for the 3 pillar subjects in case you need to refresh your knowledge on something. So let's go back to the sample assessment. You've got various tasks to do under the sample assessment section. So you'll always have a little video showing how to set up your task and how to debrief your task. The setup task video briefs you on the task and helps you understand how to read the question. So if we have a look here.
Task 1 from Sample Assessment 1 is a 45-minute task. Now in the exam you have 1.8 minutes to tackle each task because we have a 3-hour exam, 180 minutes, and there are 100 marks allocated to the exam. So 1.8 minutes per mark will equate this into a 25-mark task. And that's a really important point to start thinking about at the beginning, because what we need to do when we look at each of the requirements is think about how many points will we need to generate to make sure that we cover the majority of the marks. Now, you will always be given...
So that's how to set up your task. Then you have a debrief task, and this really debriefs you on the task and helps you evaluate your own answer to see where you went wrong.
Okay, let's look at debriefing task 1 from sample assessment 1, and we're going to firstly debrief subtask A. If we link it to its ICANN statement, we can see from your core activities map in the workbook that sample assessment 1 task 1A.
So what you can see is that the lecturer is actually annotating the workbook, which is the same as the book that you'll get, so you can easily follow the annotations. Once you've finished this video, you can actually click I've completed this activity, and it will move your progress bar. Once you've done all of this task practice, it will then be time to take your assessment here. Coming back to the dashboard, step 2 is very similar to step 1 in terms of layout and function. But at step 3, you will start engaging with the real pre-scene. Here you will find the pre-scene, the BPP analysis of the pre-scene, and this is really worth gold. Some SWOT and PEST activities and answers. And once you've gone through all of this, it will then be time for your first mock exam. So what you'll do is you'll watch your step 3, you watch your setup videos, and then you will launch your case study mock exam. What's key to see here is that the format and functionality is very similar to what you will see in the real exam. So you can practice on the same platform and get really familiar with this. This will help you in your final exam. Going back to your dashboard, you also have step 4 and step 5, which also have additional mock exams for you to practice. And right here at the bottom is where you'll find all the step test and mock exam solutions and debriefs. So really, with your 3 mock exams, all your task practice, your mock exam solutions and debriefs, your assessment submission schedule, your lecturer and your classmates, you will now be exam ready. And these exams are expensive and you need to pass first time. You can do that by using the right resources first time round. Again, this really is a world-class online resource which gives you access to global lecturers and a global standard. It's like sitting in the front row of a class in the UK conducted by lecturers who are also CIMA markers. IBTC's aim is to bring you global content available locally. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any questions, please visit our website or email studentservices@ibtc.co.za. Thanks.